Hey everyone, it's Joey B, back with a new video. It has been a long time since I've been on camera, so I'm probably a little rusty. Not that I was ever good to begin with. But I've been seeing lots of wish lists and prediction videos for Pulsecon. X-Man 87 did a few great ones. I saw Sharmus Primes. I saw David Displays Model Behaviors. I think I might have seen a few others. I just thought it'd be fun to share my list. Now, my list is not just me personally. I have a group on Facebook called Marvel Collectors Assemble. I made this group 7 years ago. Every year we have a big voting thing to have like our wish list top 10, our wish list Haslab, etc. And I should have made a video earlier this year when we first did that, but instead I'm just going to be including that right here. This is the list that people from Marvel Collectors Assemble had voted on at the beginning of this year. And since Hasbro Pulsecon is today, Toy Fair is next week or the week after that, one of the two, and the New York Comic Con is right after Toy Fair. I figure that's a lot of opportunities for any of these things to be made. This is just a wish list. If I was to go by actual predictions, I'm sure we're just going to see the No Way Home wave of villains. I don't care about MCU stuff, so that means nothing to me. There's been no MCU stuff on this list, no video game stuff on this list. This is just straight up comic book figures. So let's get started. We had a four-way tie for number 13, and of that four-way tie, one of those figures has been made this year. Classic Mockingbird. Don't even talk about that anymore. The other three, we had Son of Satan, the character Damien Hellstrom. He was supposed to be included in the Engine of Vengeance last year, but that was personally a version I didn't want. I wanted the classic Son of Satan version of Damien Hellstrom, not that modern Hellstrom figure that we were supposed to get in the overpriced Engine of Vengeance last year. So hopefully we get this guy soon. I know his name may cause some controversy. I don't know how that whole thing really works, but he's still a character I've always really wanted. I have a custom of him on my shelf, but hopefully we get an official one. Also included in the Engine of Vengeance failure project from last year was Mephisto. Mephisto's a huge Marvel villain that we really need on our shelves. The Marvel Select one is just so garbage. I have that figure. I'm not a big fan of that figure. Never been a big fan of that figure. His face doesn't scream Mephisto to me. It screams like homeless meth head on the street. So, and he's not very posable either. You know, I don't need Mephisto to have the most crazy articulation in the world, but. And so he was supposed to come up with a Haslab last year. Again, that project was a big failure. It was too overpriced. And honestly, that Mephisto was kind of lame. I didn't like his feet. His feet looked like he was wearing Crocs. Like he should have had more Goblin-looking boots like Green Goblin wears. You know, the little pointy toes. That's how I see Mephisto usually, or at least have his thing that he's wearing a whole boot. I like Mephisto when he has the whole little the uniform on, like the red uniform, and his skin's more pink. I like that Mephisto more than the almost naked Mephisto we almost got in the Haslab. And then also tied with them was Marita from the New Warriors. We really need a Marita. I have a custom of her too, but I could use a couple of her. I could use her with Namor and Atlantis, and I could use her with the New Warriors. I'm okay with any version of Marita. I'll take the blue one from Civil War, even from the around the era of Civil War. But I prefer the classic green and blonde Marita. That'd be awesome. Our number 12 runner-up was Wolfsbane in her X Factor costume. I don't know how we haven't gotten her yet. She's the last character we need for the for the specific lineup of the 90s X Factor. Because we already have Multiple Man, Strong Guy, Havoc, Polaris, Quicksilver, Forge. Like, where is Wolfsbane? It's kind of insane we don't have her. We only have the New Mutants version. And I guess if you bought the if you bought multiple of the New Mutants head figure, you have multiple Wolfsbane heads. You can put it on a Polaris body if you wanted to, but that's kind of a cheat way to get her. We really need this character. We have the Tigra body. Why can't we use it for anyone other than Tigra? Come on, let's do that. Wolfsbane, we need it. We need her. The 11th highest voted character was a classic green and yellow Banshee for our giant size X-Men. We just got the X-Men 275 blue and yellow Banshee. We need the green and yellow one. This is a very needed figure. And we're stuck with that really old, crappy, early, like, you don't get much earlier than this Hasbro figure. I know back in the day, Dwight had said if he ever makes a Banshee, he's going to retire. He made an exception with this blue and yellow one. So hopefully, I just want a green and yellow one. If that means Dwight's going to retire, then retire, Dwight. We just want green and yellow Banshee, all right? So before we get into the actual official top 10, we also had sections for box set that we all want, the Haslab we all wanted, which doesn't really matter for this section, and oversized deluxe / Build-A-Figures that we'd like. So for our Haslab Giant Man's going on right now. It's totally not going to happen, but the group as majority voted for Fin Fang Foom. Personally, that's my biggest Haslab want. I hope we get that in the future. I sold my Fin Fang Foom Build-A-Figure hoping he'd be the Haslab this year. I kind of regret that decision now. But also, it really bothered me having such a tiny Fin Fang Foom on the same shelf as someone like Galactus behind me here, which you can barely see, or the Sentinel. This Fin Fang Foom, in my opinion, should be gigantic, and hopefully, I don't see him being next year's either because it's not the Avengers anniversary anymore. But maybe he'll be next year. Maybe he'll be the year after that. Hopefully, Fin Fang Foom comes soon. For the box set, we voted for the Warriors 3. We really need a comic Thor wave. X-Manny said this in his video. I've always wanted a comic Thor wave. It's always, every time we've gotten a Thor wave, it's either been a half comic, half movie wave, or an entire movie wave. We need a whole comic Thor wave, the same way we've gotten entire comic Iron Man waves, because Thor has so many characters we need. I could list off a whole bunch. I'm not going to, but I could list off so many. But the Warriors 3, people have been asking for years. Now we have some really good body molds we can use for them. Hogan can use the Red Skull body pretty easily. Volstagg can use the Blob body pretty easily. Fandral, I have to think about that one for a minute. But I'm sure there's a pretty good body out there for him too. And that'd be nice as a 3-pack to come out sometime this next year. So our winner for our deluxe section was Lockjaw, and I assume Lockjaw would probably be a 2-pack with Crystal. I like both of those. We really need to complete the Inhumans. It's kind of crazy that we have only had Black Bolt Medusa for so long. We finally added Karnak this year. Crystal would be a nice addition, and Lockjaw especially would be a really good one to get. Lockjaw was what we voted on, and you can't go wrong with the big old bulldog, man. He'd be a great centerpiece for the Inhumans display that we're trying to build. And our vote for the Build-A-Figure was my number 1 overall draft for this vote. This has been my number 1 most wanted Marvel Legend character for years now. I think for 4 years now, because before that it was Nighthawk, and we got Nighthawk. So the number 1 most wanted Marvel Legend for me was voted as the Build-A-Figure. That was Atuma. Atuma, Namor villain. We don't have any Namor villains in the line. I'd like all those Atlanteans. I'd like, Krang and Byra and Atuma and I can't think of the other guy's name at the moment. Orca. Those would be awesome additions to the line, but Atuma is the best of them all. He has such a cool, unique design. He's a big guy. He could be a Build-A-Figure. He could just be a normal figure in the wave. He just needs all this extra sculpting to really bring him out. The Colossus / Colossus / Death's Head body or the Omega Red body. And if you guys aren't aware, the Colossus body is the same body that AOA Sabretooth was on and Ronan the Accuser was on. So I think that'd be a decent sized body, just different new parts. That'd be cool. Or I mean, honestly, he has so much unique sculpting on him. He could be totally brand new, and that'd be really, really cool. Atuma, that's my #1 most wanted figure. That's our Build-A-Figure vote for the year. Into the actual top 10. At number 10, the Avengers villain that I always found to be underrated. I think if he would have been pushed harder, he could have been like the Magneto for the Avengers, because it is Graviton. The way Magneto controls metal, Graviton can control everything. He controls gravity itself, and I think, and I've always loved that character. Especially good to prominence for me for an Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Love that cartoon. That's the best Marvel show of all time, in my opinion. And Graviton, in the comics, he's never really gotten that big push that he should have always had, but he's always been a really powerful, really badass character. I hope we get a classic Graviton. We have some nice body molds we could use for him, and hopefully we get that in the future. At number 9, we have Jack of Hearts. This is kind of a surprise to me that it was on this list, but I nominated him. Jack of Hearts is a cool character. He'd go great in the Cosmic section and with the Avengers, since he joined the Avengers right before they disassembled in 2003. 2003? I think it's around 2003. I can't remember the exact time, but I think he'd be a great addition. I need him for both those sections on my shelf. I'm trying to get every Avenger ever, and Jack of Hearts is a pretty glaring omission. Plus, his design is just so crazy. It's the most unique design. He really stayed out on the shelf. I think he'd be a great figure. He might need an all new body sculpt. He can have some reused parts, the arms and legs and stuff, but his torso I think needs to be all brand new. He'd be a great addition for our shelves, maybe in an Avengers wave or in a Cosmic wave. But Jack of Hearts, hope we get him soon. At number 8, we have the X-Men and Morlock character called Marrow. So Marrow, she has bones coming out of her body. She's a crazy kind of gross mutant. We got Maggot last year, who's on the same team as her in the comics, so we could use her to go with him. She also had a pretty good role in Marvel vs. Capcom in the 90s. So people want her for that. She's not high on a wish list for me. I'm not the biggest X-Men fan in the world. I love the X-Men, but I'm much more of an Avengers guy. I still buy every X-Men there is. But I'm much more of an Avengers guy. But Marrow would be a cool, unique addition to the X-Men shelf. At number 7, this is the figure we actually got this year. We had Moondragon on the list. We got a more modern looking costume for Moondragon. Pretty sure most of us want the classic look. And before anyone comments, by the classic look, I don't mean that dental floss looking suit. I mean this. I don't see anything wrong with this. It's more covered up than a lot of Marvel characters, actually. So I'd like to see Moondragon. She a classic Moondragon. She'd be a great addition to the Avengers and the Defenders and the Infinity Watch. Come on, that'd be a great figure to have. I can see her maybe because she shows a lot of skin still, even in this look. Maybe we can get her in a box set with the Infinity Watch, like a new Adam Warlock and a Moondragon and a Pip the Troll and a new Gamora, something like that. That'd be pretty cool. But we got Moondragon this year. This is our one figure on the list that we already got. Well, and Mockingbird. So hopefully more of this list comes true. So we usually have pretty good luck. This is our least lucky year so far for our guesses. Number 6. At number 6, we have Feral from X-Force. Same thing I said with Wolfsbane. Why can't we use a tiger body on Feral? Get her out soon. She's a very needed member of the '90s X-Force team. Really cool character. She can even reuse Tiger's tail. Like, she can reuse more Tiger than Wolfsbane can even. I think it's kind of a criminal. I think it's kind of criminal. We haven't gotten Feral yet. How long has it been since we got a new X-Force member? I'm trying to even think. Was Warpath the last one? Oh, Siren. Siren was the last one. But I mean, come on, give us Feral. She'd be a great addition to the team, to the display. Her color scheme is kind of more unique too, so she popped more, even amongst that team of very bright and colorful characters. Come on, Feral, we need her. Number 5, speaking of female characters that we need to complete teams, for Excalibur, we have Rachel Summers in her spiky phoenix attire. Where is this? We've got Hasbro hinted at her a while back, and we still haven't gotten her. I don't know what's going on with this. She's a really needed character. Our Excalibur team only having 3 people kind of looks like it's kind of a sad display. Well, also if Nightcrawler, if you have an extra Nightcrawler, mine has Nightcrawler. I just forgot because he fell off the shelf. But we need Rachel Summers for Excalibur. Come on, Hasbro, give us Rachel. Again, I'm not a big X-Men fan, so she's not super high priority for me. But I do like the complete teams, so come on, give us Rachel Summers. The people voted for her. She's our 5th most wanted Marvel Legend. At number 4, we have a character that would go great with our Wishlist Haslab Fin Fang Foom. We have the Mandarin. Now, just like I said with Mephisto earlier, I don't know if there is actually a problem with Mandarin or if they just haven't gotten to him yet. Because Mandarin has plenty of designs that I don't think are overtly stereotypical or racist. He certainly has some that can be more skewed that way. But just choose the right design. You can give us Mandarin. Just please don't give us the one of him in a suit, just in a normal suit. Nobody wants that Mandarin. I personally would like one of these ones. These would be really good, but any version of Mandarin would be really cool. The Toy Biz one is really, really bad. And if there is a problem with Mandarin being released like in the main line for whatever reason, he'd be a great addition to a Fin Fang Foom Haslab, not as a stretch goal, just from the base offering, have Fin Fang Foom and Mandarin. That'd be pretty cool, I think. Mandarin, who's on my list of most wanteds, and so I hope we get him. At number 3, we have a classic Angel. Warren Worthington III. We need Angel. Angel has been on so many teams of the Marvel Universe. He's been on the Champions, multiple versions of the X-Men, the Defenders. I need a new Angel figure. I'll take any Luxor Angel. I'll take this corny looking Angel here. The more common classic Angel. We need an X Factor Angel. Any of these Angels would be great to have. If they just make one and then repaint it multiple times, have all these different looks, it'd be great for me. I like to build teams. I'm a crazy guy. I'll buy multiples of certain characters to build teams. So come on, Angel. How have we not gotten a classic Angel figure since the Toy Biz days? We got an Archangel multiple times by Hasbro. He's really cool. Give us an Angel of the same quality, I guess we did technically get Angel in that first class box set, but that thing's so awful. No one wants to count that. But come on, give us Angel. You can reuse those wings on a horse for Valkyrie in the future, or for Black Knight in the future too. You can reuse those wings for multiple different Angels, for the Griffin. Come on, give us Angel. He gives us more options for even more characters in the future. At number 2, we have another X-Men villain. But this is one that I actually personally really want. It's a cosmic X-Men villain. It is Deathbird from the Shi'ar. Deathbird is such a cool character. I'll take this version of Deathbird, but I prefer this version of Deathbird. I think her on the Angela body would be really cool because she's a bigger, taller character. She has these cool wings and this really cool design. I just think Deathbird really stands out, and she'd be a great addition to our our Shi'ar Galaxy. We don't have very many characters for that section here. We also need more Imperial Guard. We need an official like Lilandra. You know, I don't like using that Silver Sable body for Lilandra. Come on, give us a good one. We need, you know, Dekan and all these guys. I mean, come on, we need more Shi'ar guys, and Deathbird would be a great addition to that because she is the evil. She is the evil version of the Shi'ar Galaxy. You know, when she's in control, the Shi'ar are evil. When Lilandra's in control, they're mostly good guys. But come on, we got that Deathbird. She'd go great in this cosmic display behind me. And at number 1, we have Destiny from the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. She's been a excluded character for a long time. We need Destiny to complete this team. Most of the other members of the Brotherhood now, Destiny's probably the most prominent member that's still missing. We could really use her. As far as I'm aware of, she's back alive in the comics now. So if we get another like House of X-Wave, which I'm not a big fan of, we can get Destiny in there. That'd be cool. Unless she looks different. If she looks different now, I don't know, then don't give her in that way. But love Destiny to go next to our Blob and our Mystique and our Pyro and our Avalanche. With that for that version of the Brotherhood of Mutants, that'd be a great figure. I'm surprised she got number 1 because her design's not the most amazing thing in the world, but people seem to really want her. So Destiny. So that's my wish list for Pulsecon, Toy Fair, New York Comic Con. Hopefully we get at least one of those figures revealed. That'd be awesome. Any of you watching would like to participate in next year's vote that we do in Marvel Collectors Assemble, go on Facebook and join the group. Our vote thing every year is usually a pretty good turnout. We usually end up having like at least 200, 300 people vote. So it's always a really fun time. So if you guys are interested in doing that, go ahead and join the group here. I'll put the link in the description. If anyone's curious about what my nominees were last year, I'm sure no one actually really cares, but I thought it'd be fun to just share. My box set choice was the Warriors 3. My deluxe figure choice was Dragon Man. My Build-A-Figure choice was Executioner. Haslab vote was Fin Fang Foom. Pretty sure that's really clear from earlier. And then my regular wave figures, I had Airwalker, because we need him to go with Galactus. Surprised he didn't get more votes. A classic Adam Warlock. Swordsman, you know, for the Avengers, classic Swordsman. Classic Moondragon, she was on my list. Jack of Hearts was on my list. Deathbird was on my list. Mandarin was on my list. Baron Mordo, much needed Doctor Strange villain. Surprised he wasn't voted for. Stingray for the Avengers. I just think he's a really cool design. Wasn't surprised he wasn't voted for, but he'd be cool to have. And number 1 was Atuma. So those are my nominees. Anyways, again, if you guys are interested in joining the group, please do. And I think we'll start that up. We'll start that vote up again in January. The nomination's up in January. I think the voting actually ends closer to February. So if you guys want to join, that'd be awesome. So let me know what you guys thought about this video in the comments below. Do you want all the characters that were listed? Do you want all the characters that were listed in this video? Do you only want some of them? Share your lists in the comments below. That'd be really cool to read. I don't know when I'll be back with my next video, but hoping to put more content out soon. So until the next time, thank you guys for watching.